because the consequences are absolutely awful. I'm Marcos, I'm the CEO of Woop Environmental. We help the trades and restaurants profit more, and in the last year, not only were we nominated as Best of the Springs, we also added over $500,000 to our clients' businesses in profits. Okay, let's get into the video. I'm gonna cover 5 mistakes that people make when starting out businesses that suck to fix later on. Heading into the first mistake, and that is not understanding the math of your business. It is absolutely essential that you understand the gross margins of your business and the net margins of your business, okay? Make sure you understand how much money of the revenue is profits. And then of those profits, how much of that is being spent on the business and how much is the net profit at the end of the year. These are essential numbers that you need to understand. If you don't know these numbers, you're not gonna go anywhere. There's also more stuff that you need to understand. You need to know how much does it cost you to bring on a new client, so your cost to acquire a customer. How much is a client gonna spend with you over their lifetime, over 1 job, over 2 jobs? You need to understand all these basic numbers because they let you know how much money can you safely spend on a new avenue, on this, on that, and they tell you the health of your business. So if you don't understand the math of your business, 1, you might be missing out on growth that's really easy, or 2, you might just go into a massive hole of debt because the base fundamentals of your business are not set up to make you money, right? 1 + 1 is 2, but 1 + 1 is definitely not 3. So if you're doing 1 + 1 and you're expecting 3, you're gonna fail every single time. Moving on to the next mistake, and if you have nailed the fundamentals of your business, if you've nailed the math, you're gonna be growing. But here's the thing. A big mistake that I see is that there's no room to grow. Your business is a huge tangled up mess. It's looking like some tangled up headphones. Here's the thing. If you don't set up your business to have the ability to grow, when you go to grow your business, you're gonna lose a lot of time and you're gonna lose a lot of money. Have some structure in your business. Make it easy to bring another person on board. Make it easy to scale it. Have things that are easy to replicate and easy to scale. The easy way to do this is to have a good field management software from the start. Now, it can be expensive, especially if you're starting out, but it's gonna make things much smoother for you. And by having a good field management software and that you use correctly, it's gonna be 1, much easier for you to know the math of your business and for you to nail that. But then when you do need to hire someone, it's super easy. You bring them on super quick and you already know all the numbers that they have to hit. So it's really easy to make sure that they're successful. That's the second mistake, is not having room to grow and just being an absolute mess. Moving on to number 3, and this is a really annoying one, and it's focusing on the wrong problems. There are some aspects of your business that are just going to exist, and the game of your business is how do you survive in spite of those. For example, landscaping, painting. These are businesses that in the winter, it almost completely falls off. For painting, you might not be able to paint exteriors in the winter. You might not have the number 1 source of revenue for your business available because it's too cold. So what do? You try to sell more jobs in the winter? No, because if you do that, what problem are you gonna fix? You can't paint, right? So you're trying to solve the wrong issue there. Instead of finding ways, how do we do more in the winter? Figure out how do we do more in the summer? Because that's when you can really maximize the amount of profits that you make. Because how do you make profits in painting? You do that through exterior jobs. And if you can't do exterior jobs in the winter because it's too cold, why even bother? What you need to do is focus, how do we make more money during the summer? And I see this happen a lot of the times in other situations, but it's focusing on the wrong problem. You need to figure out what are problems that you can actually solve that, hey, if I solve this issue, this other one won't matter. That's what you need to figure out. Because here's the thing, if you make more money in the summer that it doesn't even matter what happens in the winter, you solved it. It doesn't matter if winter falls off, right? So there's things that are just givens. In the paint industry, you will make less money in the winter. So solve the issue of making more money in the summer. Figure out what this is for your industry and fix the right problem. Don't focus on the wrong problem. Some problems are just not problems and they're just part of your industry. So you need to learn what's a part of your business and what is an actual problem that you need to fix. Another thing that I see, and especially with new businesses or smaller businesses, is that you're not moving quick enough. You have a huge advantage by being a small business that you can change things on the fly. So if there's an issue with your business, change it immediately. Do not waste time fixing problems. Get to them immediately. You are the most agile in your industry, especially if it's your first day there. You're the most agile, so use that to your advantage. Do not take time to make those decisions. If there's an issue, fix it right away, okay? We would not have been in business if I didn't do this back when it was just me. If I did not make the changes that I made, we would not be in business today. So take that lesson from my own business. You need to take advantage of the fact that you can pivot like crazy. Our name is proof of that. Do we do anything environmental today? No, we don't. That just shows how many pivots I've had to do to stay in business. And because I was able to do them successfully, and I took advantage of the fact that we were small and we could move quickly, we are in business today. So please move as quickly as you need to. Don't slow yourself down artificially. And the final mistake that I see is that your customers are just not worth enough money. So you might be charging enough, you might be making enough profits from each client, you might have the math of your business down to a T, but here's the thing. If your customers aren't worth that much, then you're really limited by your cost to acquire them. So what can you do? You can add things. So if you're in painting, you can sell a warranty. You come back, you make sure the paint is in good condition, and if not, you fix it. But you charge extra for you to do that. So you say, hey, it's gonna be $500 and I'll be back here next year, inspect the paint, and if something's wrong, I will take care of fixing it. That's a way to add value to a client without having to sell them a whole extra job. You're making your service better. If you're in wildlife control, you can do the exact same thing. You say, hey, for X amount, I'll be back next year. I'm gonna inspect all of the patchwork that we did on your building. And if something's out of sorts or if an animal is able to get in, I will take care of fixing the issue. This is a way to add value to a client without just charging more for your core service. So make sure that all your customers make you enough money. The key is, how do you make as much as possible? And enough is when people just don't buy anything more from you. But make sure that your clients are worth enough money and that your cost to acquire them is always as low as possible when compared to the profits your clients bring you. So those are the top 5 mistakes that I see the most often. If you're already established in business, or in a year or 2 from now, you see that your business has any of these mistakes still and you need help fixing them, please consider using us. We get paid based on the profits that we find our clients. So if we don't fix these issues, you're not gonna have to pay us anything. And if we do fix them, you only have to pay us based on the impact they had. So if this is something that you're interested in, you can book a free call by going to whoopenvironmental.com/book, book an information meeting, and then we'll start working on your business to make you more profitable. If you're a new business though, stick around on the channel. We're making a lot of videos that are gonna help you become an established business. And then farther down the line, if you do have any issues as an established business, you can come talk to us and we'll help you fix them. Or if you just wanna grow your business even more once you've established yourself, come give us a call and we'll help you out with that. I'm Marcos, CEO of Woop Environmental. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe and I'll see you on the next one.